Hello and welcome to Coaster Hot Takes by Coasters&Clips. In this video, we will be going over my hottest takes in the coaster world, and you will be seeing which ones they are. For example, an honorable mention being Sky Rush is number 3 in Hershey Park, and I place Wildcat Revenge and Storm Runner above it, which is not a take that everyone agrees with. That's what we'll be going over in this video. Let's get into it with our first hot take being Rip Ride Rocket is actually amazing. Now, a lot of people say this ride is rough, boring, and doesn't have a purpose, but I strongly disagree with that. This ride actually has several airtime pops and isn't overly rough. Only in certain parts is it really rough, but it's okay. What makes up for that roughness is the fact that you can listen to music while riding it. And as someone who enjoys music, I really like this ride. This ride used to have several options for music, but now I believe only has 5, but it used to have 25. That was the last time I rode it, and it was absolutely amazing. Unlike what a lot of people think. Anyways, let's get on to number 9 on this video. Gemini is very underrated. A lot of people don't think this roller coaster is that good, but I don't really understand why. When I went to this park, I was expecting this to be a mid-tier, rougher aero coaster, because no one really hypes this ride up like it should have been. But I was very surprised by this. It had ejector airtime, and it had very cool interactions with the other train, being able to high-five other people, which is this is the only ride I know you can do that on. Overall, this ride is absolutely amazing and is located at Cedar Point. And you really gotta get out here to do stuff like this. Okay, moving on. Beast is the best ride at Kings Island. This is a roller coaster built by Kings Island and is located in Ohio. This is a very good roller coaster, mainly because it is like 5 minutes long or something like that, and it just goes so far back in the woods. It just feels like an absolute adventure. And even during the day, I'd say this is my favorite ride at Kings Island. And during the night, it has no competition at all to me. It is just such a good ride, and it's just fun. While it might not have the most forces ever, it is really fun. But speaking of those forces, it does have a lot at the end in the final helix. It is a crazy lateral helix. Okay, going into the next hot take. Invader gives ejector airtime. Invader, located at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, which is a GCI Woody, is a very good ride. Even though a lot of people take it as a family coaster, which I would say it is a family coaster still, it is just somehow really good. Somehow I didn't know this, because no one talks about this ride once again. It had a Saint ejector. Next is Nighthawk is better than B&M Flyers. Another very hot take is that Nighthawk is better than most B&M Flyers. Most. I wouldn't say all, but it's better than the Superman clones, and I'd say it's about on par with Manta at SeaWorld as far as the B&M Flyers go. It is very good and is a must-ride. Well, used to be a must-ride when you go to Carowinds, but it's no longer there, which is very sad for me, and it's going to be sad when I go next time, because it was such a cool ride. Going on to Magnum. This ride is just so bad, in my opinion. I don't understand why people hype this ride up and not Gemini. It's just such not a good ride. I don't know. It's not good. This ride is rough and features a lot of airtime, which sounds like a good thing, considering it does actually feature very strong airtime. But it's not. This ride has metal bars as a restraint, and every time you get the ejector airtime, which you do get, It hurts bad. Anyways, moving on to Wildcat Revenge is better than Argosy. This is another very hot take, and this ride located at Hershey Park in Pennsylvania is just, it's surprised me so much, because you would think compared to Argosy, which is a hyper coaster, this is like 150 feet tall. That might not be accurate, but it's around that point. And it somehow looks like a mid-tier RMC, but is not. This ride is absolutely amazing and it just blew me away. I was not expecting anything to this level when I rode this ride, and wow, this might have the strongest ejector airtime I've ever experienced. Anyways, moving on to Midco. I know this is a really surprising thing to say, but I think Mako is the worst B&M hyper, and that's why I call it Midco. Every time I ride it, it seems to be the roughest B&M hyper somehow, and the airtime isn't all that it's hyped up to be. And it doesn't really have as much airtime as a lot of these other B&M hypers. There's 3 main hills, a speed hill, and a speed hill. You can't really be saying this is the best B&M hyper if that's what it has, because the elements, while good, are just the quantity is not there for this ride, and that's why it's earned Midco. Anyways, moving on to number 2, Midvrick. Okay, now that was a little bit much for this ride. It is not mid, but it's very overrated. This ride, located at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, is a very good ride still, but the problem with this ride is the Intamin hard over-the-shoulder restraints. Well, now soft strap, but still make it not very comfortable. This ride, I've had lap bars, could possibly be the best ride at Cedar Point, but it doesn't have lap bars. It has over-the-shoulder restraints that really make the airtime kind of painful. And while this ride is still really good and not overly painful, it's just not as highly ranked for me as other people do. But anyways, number 1, Midstick Timbers. I know, and I mean it with this ride, this is mid. This ride is mid. When I went on it, I rode it into about 2 o'clock in the day. It was raining, and it was a back row ride. I did not come out of my seat once. I do not know what happened on my ride. I see other people riding it, and they are getting ejected out of their seat, and I am not. I don't know. It's just not it for me. But anyways, this was my hot takes video, and I know that a lot of you do not agree with these, but that is why it is a hot takes video. This is opinions that not many people have, and I'd like to share. Anyways, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.